All right, we got the inspired part. Now let's get to work.
Over the past 2 or 3 years in the NBA, it's been some crazy trades, crazy movement over the past 2 3 years. So my question to you, Rod, is what trade or free agent move do you think had the highest potential, but it didn't work out yet, or it just isn't going to work out, and you think they're going to blow it up? Let me ask you that question first.
Uh, I gotta think about it for a second because I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll give you a more recent one too. I just thought about
But
this. Montrez Harrell. Lord have mercy. This nigga didn't do
wait,
shit this year.
did you think that trade? Did you think when that trade happened, he was going to like help out a lot with the
Bro, I
Lakers?
thought he was gonna be all the difference in the world. I thought he was gonna be Energizer money. I thought he was gonna be on the boards, dunking on dudes. I thought he was gonna be running pick and rolls with Braun.
He was the sixth man of the year before. So I could see that. That definitely makes sense. That makes sense. And he was in the doghouse by the end of the year, at least in the playoffs, because he didn't play in that playoff series all like that.
And he was a
Uh, I,
trader too. He went across the pond
I
to
don't
like
think
the other team.
anybody, I don't think anybody in LA got a problem with that. It's the purple and gold, baby. It's the purple and gold. But he look, that's a good one. I didn't even think about him. He was a sixth man, and he just did not. He didn't.
He didn't play to what
No,
we thought he was going to be.
true. The Lakers was injured a lot though this year. I would say that. So he was in and out the rotation in the regular season, but by the playoffs, he was just not there. He was not there. At that, they had to go. You know what? The big man for the Lakers in general is probably a suspect thing because you could also say
Andre
Gasol.
Drummond.
I was gonna say Gasol. I thought he was gonna be a good piece to fit with the Lakers. Personally, I
So
thought because you
offensively,
got offensively, but I thought he still had a decent a decent amount of defense still in him.
no, he
But
looked old as shit on defense.
he looks old. Yeah, he might be out the league. So like he looks old. He's like you can still hit that jump shot, but if you can't guard
He was
somebody on
definitely a
the other
defensive
side,
liability.
absolutely. And that wasn't just in the playoffs; it was throughout the year. He was
Yeah,
a defensive liability. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. So I could see that with the Lakers. The Lakers in general had a couple pickups that we all thought they should. We can name all four of them at this point: Montrezl Harrell, Gasol, Dennis Smith. No, not Dennis Smith.
Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder and Wesley Matthews. Because I thought Wesley Matthews was a good pickup as well.
Bro, low key, all those niggas can go. All of them can go.
Yeah,
Bye.
absolutely. I don't think none of them was going to be on the team. Not only that,
Maybe
I think they paid Kuzma in the offseason, right? I think the Lakers paid Kuzma.
did they?
So I think that was a big. Look, man, you could say for the fit of the team, Kuzma would have been better, and I understand that. But
3 years, 39 million.
Brandon Ingram was needed in this past series. But I think Brandon Ingram still has to develop, and he will only develop better a team like the Pelicans, where he could be the main one of the main scorers, not a third option. He still has to develop. But yeah, man, the Lakers in general over the past couple of years, we've seen so much movement with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting, man. Because Lonzo, we were all kind of iffy with Lonzo when he was with the Lakers. We all knew what he was going to grow to be, but we didn't know he was going to be a shooter. Like we didn't know that he was going to start developing that shot. He was hoping he would. He was
Mm-hmm.
really hoping he would, but
Bro, as soon as he,
now it is.
I think as soon
He
as he
got it
got
now,
to New Orleans, the shooting coach immediately started working on it.
and it shows. It shows. At least this past year, it definitely showed. Um, Now that we go to that team, that's interesting. Interesting though, because I think the Drew Holiday deal is the one that really come back and bite that team. I think Drew Holiday was. I think you still look. Here's the real debate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a couple teams had this problem the past couple years, at least probably 3 or 4 years. Point guards are so good, right? And you don't know who's going to be the best point guard, so you got to get rid of one. I mentioned Dennis Smith Jr. I think he got shipped out when Luca came in, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when you go to the Pelicans situation, I feel like Drew Holiday should have still been there and been the starter over Lonzo. And I could see why people would be like, no, you gotta get rid of him because Lonzo needs to start because he needs that experience and he has to develop. I get that, but you don't. They don't have another piece like Drew Holiday. You don't replace it with Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe. Drew Holiday is an athletic point guard that plays defense.
A really good defense.
That's not Lonzo. That's not Lonzo. No disrespect to Lonzo, because Lonzo is great at what he does. It's just he's not that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I feel
And
like
Lonzo's a good defender. He's not as good as Drew Holiday, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. We could just put it like that. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I would say my biggest one though. The reason why I brought up this question is because I thought, and the league went to all these teams that was like twos. I thought Porzingis with Dallas was going to be the perfect. I was like, man,
The
well,
perfect
West
pairing.
is really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the West is going to be a problem now because we already know what Luka can do now, and I know what Porzingis can do, and it just didn't mesh up.
You know the funny part about that is,
What's that?
hindsight. People gave Phil Jackson a lot of shit for that move. Hindsight, he was technically right.
You talking about for trading Porzingis? Because
Yeah.
No, he didn't trade Porzingis. He wasn't there for that. He was there for the drafting of Porzingis. He wasn't there for the trading. He was retired at that point.
I thought he got rid of Porzingis.
No, he was retired at that point. Yeah, he was retired. I'm positive
Oh, then what?
because that was like 2 years ago.
Then what did Phil Jackson do?
He drafted Porzingis.
Who
It
did
was
he get
like
rid
his
of?
first draft. Melo, maybe. Maybe he was the first piece to get rid of Melo.
Go ahead.
So where we left off was players that left their or who went to an organization, and we thought they were going to be like take over the organization and help it out so much. Like I said, Porzingis is the one that comes to my mind. And like I said, man, it could be injuries the first year. I'm cool with that, but this past year, if it is injuries, we don't know about it, so I don't know. For who's the person that you named again?
For
Oh yeah, you said Montrezl Harrell.
yep,
That's
that's
what
what
it
you
was.
said. Yep.
So here's my question then. There's the obvious, of who went to an organization and changed that organization. The most obvious one right now is like AD. You
Yeah,
went
because
to
he
the
won a
Lakers
championship. Yeah.
and they got the championship. Yeah. So I guess my other like, who else do you think fits into that category of yeah they went to that team and they changed that organization?
This is an easy one. More recent. Chris Paul, definitely.
Definitely.
They're the 2 seed in the West. That's impressive. That's super impressive.
Bro, that team, bro, for how they were fighting last year to get into the playoffs and they still missed it, even though they went undefeated. It's one of those like you knew that they were young, you knew that they were talented, you knew that they missed that one piece, and it was easily Chris Paul. You feel me?
Definitely.
Like it wasn't like they need think of somebody. Who's a good role player that I could think of?
Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell, maybe even like a Paul George or something. Uh, yeah, so they don't need somebody who doesn't come in and to help everybody else. Like they don't need somebody who comes in and just scores and just plays defense. They need somebody who can play defense and get everybody else involved. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like they got the perfect piece for them. Obviously, there's the AD, Jimmy Butler, going to Miami. That was a big one. I don't think that team gets to the finals without Jimmy Butler last year. Uh, I feel like there's another team or person who went to an organization that changed everything. Where? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
This is his second year with them, but
Yeah.
Julius Randle, most improved player.
Touche. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Yeah. Shout out to New York, man. They're going can hopefully they keep building because I will
Shit.
say
Speaking of New
sports
York,
is better.
we can say KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. For real, for real. They weren't relevant
Yeah,
before they came.
yeah, they still got to win the championship. But yeah, I agree. Whoa, hold up. Tom, this is the disrespect that I got. Hold up. What you just said was disrespectful. What do you mean by Brooklyn was not relevant?
We never saw them in like championship contention. We never looked them as like a title contender. We never looked
Yeah,
at them
but they
as like
were.
a top team in the East. I don't think we even looked at them as a playoff team in the East for real, for real. Not really.
They've been a playoff team in the East without KD and Kyrie. This is the disrespect that I get with this team. Look, man, this team had good pieces the whole time. They could have one superstar that went to this team and they would be better.
I
They
disagree.
just so happened to get three.
I
No,
disagree.
then you're
Kyrie
crazy.
was
You're
there by
crazy.
himself, and he looked.
You're crazy.
He
Kyrie
didn't
did
look
not
good.
play enough games. No, Kyrie did not play enough games with that team. No, absolutely not. He was hurt most of that season. Where KD was rehabbing, Kyrie was just he was on and off the whole season.
I would give you that, but Kyrie's known to be injury prone throughout the season.
Yeah.
If he didn't have like a history of injuries like that, I might be able to give you that. But he has a history of injuries, so I'm
So
not.
you telling me, hold up, time out. You telling me if he misses half the season, you telling me you're crediting him with how far that team got? Because that team made the playoffs last year without Kyrie.
I don't understand your question anymore.
You're saying that the team wasn't good. You're
I
saying
said that they weren't
I
title
say if you
contention,
drop
top tier,
yeah,
top tier
okay, I'm
of the
saying
East.
but you're saying the playoff. You said playoffs. You said playoffs.
I
That's
said they
where I'm
weren't
getting at.
relevant. That's exactly what I said. I said they were
You
not
were
relevant before they got those three.
Oh, but you said playoffs. You said that we didn't see them as even a playoff team, but they were in
A
the
top
playoffs
tier
without
playoff team.
Kyrie last year.
And I mean like
That's picky. Nah, bro, that's
top four,
picky
top
because
five team. They weren't top four,
Miami
top
was
five
a
team.
5 seed and they made the finals last year.
Miami was a way better team than Brooklyn.
Offensively, yes. Defensively, we can argue. We can argue that. 'Cause I don't know. I think here's what I'm getting at. People are going to discredit Brooklyn and their role players because of all the superstars that came. That team was good before they got there. They needed one piece, but that one piece could have been a Kawhi or something. You feel me? And it would still been perfect. Let's wrap this
So
up. Real
wait,
quick.
hold on.
I gotta take my call.
I'm still stuck on this. So because I'm kind of confused. Are
Yeah.
you saying? Are you saying they needed one more piece, even though Kevin Durant came back?
No, I'm saying before that, if Kevin Durant wasn't there, if Kevin Durant decided not to go to Brooklyn, for example.
And Kyrie went.
No, even if Kyrie wasn't there, they would still been good enough if you put like a Kawhi in that team. And that team will be a formidable team in the East.
Formidable? No, that's not true.
That's how I disagree with you.
They wouldn't be a top one of the top seeds, top 4 seeds, top 5 seeds. They'd still be like a 6 or 7 seed.
I disagree. I'm just going to have to disagree with you.
Now that team was good. It had like a lot of young players and a lot of good trade
played hard.
assets.
I played hard.
They had a good bunch of trade assets, but they were never a title contention team. They never were good.
You keep on saying
Especially
title
in the
contention. I'm
East.
not saying
And
title
in the
contention. I'm
East-
not saying title contention. I'm saying if you add one
I
more
mean,
player
wasn't that the question though? The
as a
original question.
superstar. No.
You said
I
what
didn't
player
say that.
went there and changed the team,
Yeah,
and I'm
but
assuming that they'll be in a
No.
positive way.
change it. Yeah, cool. I agree with you on that. Yes, they did change it, but I'm saying anybody could have went to that team and changed that organization. They were like an 8th seed, a 7th seed. They were already good. If somebody like a Kawhi goes there, they're a better team.
So watch this.
Very
This is why I'm about to discredit this.
Crazy.
If you add Kawhi to any team in the East, they're a playoff team.
Okay.
So I don't
But
understand.
here's my thing. No, where that goes away is Brooklyn was already a playoff team. They were a playoff team without Kyrie and KD.
What seed were they, Darren?
7th, 8th, 6th, something like that.
In the East, in the easy East.
What are you talking about? What does that matter?
It matters all the difference. And
I don't think it
where
does.
did they have
I
a
don't
record
think it
over
does.
500?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look. I don't got that. In front.
Usually the lower seeds in the East don't have records over 500.
We
So
don't know.
I'm not gonna give you that's a good basketball team. I'm gonna say
That
that
was a good
I'll give
basketball
you
team.
that a bunch of young good players with a bunch of young good talent. Karis
If
LeVert, Jared
Miami
Allen.
was the exact same way. What I'm saying about Brooklyn is pretty much what I'm saying about Miami. They were making the playoffs. They needed one more player. They got that player. They went to the finals. Whether if they win or lost, they got to the finals. I'm saying the same thing would have been the case with Brooklyn. They had such a young talent. Joe Harris was, I think, the best percentage 3-point shooter at the time. Percentage. But you still had Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, uh there's one more person I'm missing. I can't remember. But they had a good team. I'm saying if you add one more superstar, even if it's just KD, they're a better team. They might get to the finals.
Once again, if you add KD to any team in the East, they're going to the playoffs. So I don't understand this.
But look, that does what you keep on saying. You keep on saying they're going to go to the playoffs. Brooklyn was already in the playoffs without Kawhi, without KD, without Kyrie.
But they
So you
weren't
keep on
good
saying the
though.
playoffs. I'm talking about the finals. I'm saying with one more player, if they make the finals,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
then you're just
You're
wrong.
saying they make the playoffs. I'm saying they're already going to get to the playoffs. I'm saying they get to they get a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. The same thing happened with Toronto. Kawhi's there. Kawhi
Nah,
goes
there's
there.
a little bit.
They were in the no. They
There's
were in the play.
differences.
No, wait.
There's
No.
differences.
Let me finish what I'm saying. They had 10 plus years of going to the playoffs, correct? Right or wrong? They
Okay.
got knocked out almost every time because of LeBron. LeBron goes to the West. They get 1 year to get Kawhi. Kawhi goes there. The East is what it is. He goes there and he wins the championship.
Because LeBron wasn't in
Same
the
thing.
East.
No. Same
Yes.
thing happened with Miami just recently. No, same thing just happened with Miami just recently. They just got Jimmy Butler. He goes there. Good young team already around him. They play defense. The emergence of Bam Adebayo all of a sudden. Then they make the finals. They didn't win it because they ran into LeBron. I'm saying the exact same thing happens with Brooklyn if you add one player. You're saying they make the playoffs. I'm saying they were already in the playoffs. I'm saying that puts them over the top.
I can't agree with you. I just can't agree with you on that.
I mean, if history proves it, then tell
It's
me
not even a
how I'm
history
wrong.
thing. It's
History
they
proved
they
it.
weren't they
History
weren't a good
proved it.
basketball team.
History proved it.
That's like the first
It'd be
argument.
one thing. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You can't say they weren't a good team. What was Miami before Jimmy Butler?
Like a four
We
or
didn't
five
think they
seed.
were gonna make the finals.
Like a
We
4 or
didn't know they
5
were
seed.
gonna make the final. No, they were not. With who? Who was on their team?
I don't know. But they made the
They weren't
playoffs.
no. They weren't no. That's probably an 8 or 7 or a 6 seed before Jimmy Butler.
What year are we talking about?
Last year,
2019?
Jimmy Butler was on the Sixers.
2019 or 2020?
19. It would have to be 19. 18-19 season.
Let me see if I can find a bracket real quick. Oh, there we go. I think that's what we're looking for. East.
This is out of whack.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, this is out of whack. It's not. This is total stats. This is
Okay.
not East and West. Go playoff bracket.
The Heat are not in the
They weren't
playoffs.
in the playoffs. They weren't in the playoffs that year. Oh, so that proves my point even more.
Does it?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
your point was a superstar going to a
We're
good
saying-
team. If they didn't make the
No.
playoffs, you can't argue that they're a good team anymore.
So if they weren't a good team and a superstar went there and they got them to the finals, what would Brooklyn, a good team who's already making the playoffs, get one player like the caliber of KD or Kawhi? They're going to make the finals. That's all I'm saying in the East. The East is that one superstar can go to a talented enough team and change the organization. Man, history has done it multiple times. Now I think about it.
They were a 6 seed in 2019.
Lower seed. I
And
gotta
they
take this
were a 7 seed in 2020.
The lower seeds once again. All right, now where do we leave off in this argument?
Uh, I was doing some research to figure out who was on this team exactly. So Kyrie played 20 games this year.
On that year.
Yeah, 2019.
Okay.
They played 20 games. They were 28 and 34 and finished in the seven. I'm sorry, they were 35 and 37 and finished in the 7th seed.
Okay, let's see Let's see what the players look like on this team real quick.
Jared Allen, okay, he's good.
He's center.
Jamal Crawford, he's older at this time.
Yeah.
Joe Harris.
Dinwiddie, though? Spencer Dinwiddie? He balled out that year.
Dinwiddie,
yeah. I tried to say it. Balled out that year.
Joe Harris, he's really good, one of the best shooters in the league. Tyler Johnson's pretty good.
Johnson? It's crazy.
Karis LeVert, that's probably the best player on that team. And that's about it.
Bro, they defend first and they could hit the three.
They were under 500. You're not going to tell me an under 500 team is good. No matter what sport it is, you're not telling me an under 500 team is good.
But all I'm saying is we just showed that Miami didn't make the playoffs. There was a 7 seed. I believe they were a 6 seed that you showed before. Maybe I'm wrong. And what happened? They ended up getting to the finals in the pandemic year, but they got to the finals. Toronto Raptors. They got Kawhi.
There's different circumstances for the Kawhi.
They got to the finals and won it.
The East just got easy.
What does that matter?
I give that more to.
It was already easy.
I'll give that more to who's the dude, the Toronto GM. I forget how to pronounce his name honestly. Masai Ujiri. Yeah, I give that more to him because that was an amazing trade. And honestly, that was a steal because the Spurs had to give up Kawhi.
So you're not giving credit to the rest of the team?
I'll give it to Kyle Lowry because Kyle Lowry actually showed up really big in the playoffs.
Oh, you tripping?
Serge Ibaka showed up really big in the playoffs. They had really good coaching.
So they were a good team.
Yeah, they were really good team.
And they got one piece and it put them in the finals. And then they got lucky in the finals. You could say that because Golden State went down. But they made the finals at the end of the day. Miami, they added one All-Star, and they made the finals. I don't that's just all my argument is. There's a good team in the East already. You add one superstar, you got a good chance of making the finals. And you could say the East is weak now, but you add one, make the finals.
I don't know. They added Kyrie and they didn't make the finals.
Kyrie didn't play enough games. Kyrie's injury prone. Add a sustainable big.
Yeah, but once again, he's a history of injuries. Of being injury prone throughout the season.
Add a sustainable person.
Like, how many games does Kyrie really play a year?
Depends, man.
That's what I'm saying. It depends. Like, look, 51, 59, 71, 75, 53, 72.
Never played a full season.
Not once in his career. Oh, yep. Wait. I went backwards.
I'm not...
20, 60, 60.
I'm not surprised by that, though. I'm saying give them a sustainable piece. For example, actually, no, I ain't gonna say that. Just give them a sustainable piece and you got a chance. Upside down, I was so scared. Oh man.
All right.
I just saw my.
Go ahead and wrap this up.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, I just want to ask. What teams changed for the better, for the worse, after a year or two went by, after the trades, after the free agent moves and such. But we're gonna keep this up because I wanna see what teams continue because there's a lot of free agent moves and trades that's gonna happen this year, I'm sure. Just because nobody's gonna let a big three just run the NBA.
Who's the most? So hold on, before we kill this, who's the most significant free agent coming out next year? I should take that back. Take what I just said back. What free agent is gonna have the most impact on the team they go to next year? That's the question.
Free agent right now?
Yeah, upcoming restricted / unrestricted.
That's a hard question. I want to say DeMar DeRozan, but I'm starting to think DeMar DeRozan is really a third piece on a good team.
Bro, here's tangent about DeMar DeRozan. It's low key kind of sad because DeMar DeRozan was always the number one when he was in Toronto. And Kyle Lowry was his number two. It's just like because of LeBron, they were never able to put a season together.
Yeah.
And have the players to get it done.
No, they put seasons together. They couldn't put the postseason together to stop LeBron. That's what it was. Go ahead.
It's just sad. His stint in Toronto was just sad. And these niggas won as soon as they traded him too. And you kind of saw it coming because Kawhi is like a way better player and he's a two-way player. But
two-way player, better player. Also,
it's just tough.
He also game managed just a lot though too.
That'd be really dope if he went back to Toronto though.
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather see him with a team where he can go ahead and try to get a championship.
One of the LA teams?
It wouldn't be bad. He'd be back home. It's a lot of pressure, but
Lakers, though.
The Lakers, if he's a fourth option, sure. The fourth option, cool. They're going to need somebody caliber.
They need 3-point shooting.
No, Kemba might be good for the Lakers because he could play his role.
I don't want Kemba. I really don't.
I mean, you could say that.
Honestly, deadass, I'd rather have Kyle Lowry.
I mean, yeah, that's cool too. Both of them play their role. That's all you need. You need somebody who's going to come to the Lakers and play their role because you have the two names. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron. You need somebody who's just going to come in and play their role. Or honestly, you can go out and get that superstar in Damian Lillard, and his role will be eclipsing everybody else's role more likely sooner or later.
Honestly, they may want to think about just keeping Dennis Schroeder and trying to go find shooting.
I'd rather have Kyle Lowry than Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
I get a little bit more effort with Kyle Lowry, and I'll take effort on the defensive side and as well as what he gives me on the offensive side more than somebody who's going to not play their role. Let's just put it like that. Because that's all I would say about Dennis Schroeder. He just didn't want to play his role no more. He wanted to do something. He wanted to play for that max contract. And I don't blame him for doing that. You deserve your money. Get your money. You've been a good player since Atlanta. But you got to play your role to get a championship. That's just all it comes down to.
Facts. And he did not show up this year in the playoffs. He had like one good game.
One or two, yeah.
All right.
Maybe one. It was one. The other game, he showed up in the second half, so I'm not going to say that. It was already a blowout. All right, yeah, we can wrap this up. It's my fault. So, yeah, I just wanted to see the trades and the free agents to see what was going to happen, what has happened, what can possibly happen going forward. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Like I said, this year is going to be a good, decent free agency class. Trades are going to probably be the more the news than the free agents going forward for this year. It's off-season, but it is what it is. So thank y'all for checking us out. Once again, we on all the social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that, Inspired by Ambition. And the website is Inspired by Ambition Pro. You can go get the shirts and the hoodies there. We're going to update and get some more stuff on there. You can also watch us on there. And we appreciate y'all watching us, of course. We're going to go ahead and sign out. Y'all stay up. Rob, let them know.
Yep. Thank you all once again for checking out our video. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. We're also on social media. So please check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're on all that. We also do have a TikTok at Inspired by Ambition. Go check that out as well. And lastly, we do have a website called inspiredbyambitionpro.com where we sell t-shirts and hoodies. Please go check that out. Once again, y'all, just thank you all for checking out the video and watching us. We really do appreciate it. Thank you again. Peace.
Peace. Y'all stay up.
Triple XL. All inspired by ambition gear at inspiredbyambitionpro.com.